Have you ever had this experience? When you just wanted to flip a page stylishly or help the teacher hand out test papers, but with a zip sound, your finger gets cut by the paper, even though the wound is almost invisible, and barely any blood flows. That pain, oh my God, it's like being struck by lightning. It's even more painful than being cut by a utility knife. Why on earth is this? Could paper actually be a hidden mysterious weapon? Today, let's deconstruct the true identity of this fingertip killer. First, we need to remove the makeup from the paper. In our eyes, the edge of the paper looks very smooth, right? But if you look at it under a microscope, you'll find that the edge of the paper is actually composed of messy wood fibers. It looks like a rusty saw. So when the paper cuts across your skin, it doesn't slice cleanly like a scalpel. Instead, it's like a saw, frantically dragging and tearing through your flesh. This kind of irregular destruction actually causes more chaotic damage to cells than you'd imagine. That's why your body sends out a strong alarm immediately. Next, let's talk about your fingers. Think about it, everyone. Why is it that we can feel the thickness of a single hair with our fingers? This is because our fingers are covered with a vast number of pain receptors. If we compare the body's nerve distribution to a map, your back might be like a sparsely populated suburb, but your fingertips are definitely like a bustling downtown station. The nerve endings are incredibly dense. So, for a wound of the same magnitude on a finger, the signal sent back to the brain is several times stronger. Here's the most interesting point. Why do paper cuts usually not bleed, yet hurt more instead? General cuts are deeper and will bleed. When the blood clots, it forms a scab, which is like putting a protective blanket over the wound. But paper cuts are usually very shallow. It cuts exactly through the surface layer of the skin, but doesn't reach the blood vessels, so it doesn't bleed. This means your pain sensing nerve endings are just exposed raw to the air. Every time you move your finger, feel a breeze, or even just experiencing a temperature change, it directly stimulates those nerves. Imagine your nerves screaming at the air inside the wounded. That is exactly why that dull, aching pain lasts for so long. Finally, don't forget that paper itself isn't pure. Chemical bleaches are added during the paper-making process, along with fillers or wood fibers. When the paper cuts you, these tiny chemicals and fragments stay in the wound. It's like rubbing salt into the wound, causing your immune system to remain inflamed. Naturally, the pain won't stop. So to summarize, paper cuts hurt so much because of the saw-like edges, the hypersensitive fingers, and the nerves exposed to the air. It's the combination of these three factors. Next time you accidentally get cut by paper, the best way to stop the pain is to first wash away chemical residues with clean water, then quickly put on a bandage or apply a bit of Vaseline. As long as you isolate the nerves from the air, the pain will immediately decrease significantly. If you found this content interesting, remember to share it with that unlucky friend who always gets paper cuts. See you next time. Bye-bye.